Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Got a new one for you today. This is a Nordica Unleashed 120. It is the widest of the Unleashed line, and it is built and shaped a little bit differently than the other ones. So we're really kind of opening up more pure big mountain and slightly more directional skiing with this Unleashed 120. Kind of harkens back to that old Enforcer 115 or Enforcer Pro that we had back in the day. Just a really more dramatic version of an Enforcer. It does have a lighter build and a different taper shape, but overall you could make the argument that this is kind of blurring that line between the current Unleashed 114 and that old Enforcer 115 Pro, obviously in a slightly wider platform as well. From a construction perspective, it is made with a lighter wood core, and then we get one sheet of metal. It is not a full sheet, nor is it the same as terrain-specific metal that we see in Unleashed in Santa Ana. It is a central strip of metal that runs through. It gets a little bit wider in the underfoot zone, but it is one central strip about as wide as that mounting platform throughout. So that's just really giving the ski a little bit more dampness and a little bit more power in more aggressive fall line type of situations. But overall, if you're comparing this to a current Unleashed, it is a little bit flatter, a little bit wider, a little bit more tapered, and a little bit more rockered. So there is just a few different things going on from that shape and profile perspective. We did weigh it. We weighed a demo binding, subtracted it from this weight, came up with about 2,100 grams per ski. This is the 190. It only comes in a 180 and a 190. So if you're kind of out of those two size zones, you're kind of out of luck with an Unleashed 120, unfortunately. We found that the 190 was the way to go for us, even here in Vermont. Even though there are, not really a whole lot of days where this ski is going to excel all the time. I think this is certainly built, shaped, and meant for wider open spaces, steeper terrain, and deeper snow. Certainly more than we have to offer on a daily basis, much less a few times a year. But we did get out on it a few times, and it was an absolute blast. Really fun in the spring snow as well. I think that was kind of a hidden highlight was during our ski test when we had some really warm days and really got some slush and some corn going. These things absolutely tore it up. Incredibly smooth, really powerful, and really like speed. That's kind of a contrast to the narrower Unleashed, which are more, they're happier making rounder turns. These like to be a little bit straighter in nature. It does have a 22.93 meter turn radius, so almost 3 meters longer than the Unleashed 114, highlighting that preference for more straight line capacity. And then it is more of a directional looking ski in that it's not as much of a twin tip shape, so more early taper here, especially in the shovel. The tail does look more like an Unleashed, but again, a little bit more tapered and just a slightly longer rocker profile with flatter camber underfoot. So really interesting new ski here from Nordica. I think this is kind of satisfying that next level of athlete who may have found a limit to that Unleashed 114 from big mountain or deep powder perspective, where something like this Unleashed 120 probably not going to find a limit in terms of depth or in terms of aggressive skiing in wider open spaces. Still some nice camber underfoot, but flatter overall and just longer rocker, especially in the shovel here. So that's what we're seeing from Nordica with this all new Unleashed 120. Again, not a huge application here in Vermont, certainly more of a Alaska, Utah, Wyoming, open areas, California, British Columbia, stuff like that, where it's not as tight and you can kind of let it go. That's where this ski is going to excel, not as much of a Vermont or a New England application. But we did have a good year here this year, so we actually got to have it in some deeper snow. So all things are relative. But make sure you check out this all-new Nordica Unleashed 120 here at SkiEssentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.